Hello everyone. We are back. so just to go over a few things before we get started. So welcome to my podcast. So the name this week is Pumla's Recap. I like it so far. I don't know, it might change again, but that's the name this week. So I posted this podcast, the last podcast on my YouTube channel, and I got 4 subscribers. So to all 4 of you, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Baby steps, right? We will get there, baby steps. And on my podcast, I got, let me check my analytics. I got 11 listens. I think all 11 of you. If you came back, thank you for returning. If you're new here, welcome. So yeah, let's get started on the Real Housewives of Durban, season 4, episode 2. So we begin our episode with Sarisha and Maria going to yoga. Yeah, that was a cute little scene. Tell me, why is Maria always wearing makeup when she's working out? Remember last episode when she was at her house with her husband? She was, yeah, okay. But yeah. Anyway, so they're going to discuss her lips. I think her lips are a big deal to her, I guess. But whatever she did, when she honestly looks so much better now. So she looks so much better. She must, yeah, she was good. And then we cross over to Zama and her sister. They discuss the event that happened at Sorisha's house, and um, what you see, this is what I don't like when production does this thing where something happened of note. Because Zama mentions that Usli and Nongu jumped in during that kid comment, but we didn't see that, and Uzama mentions it on camera. So sorry. I hate that little, like we also want to be in the loop with everything. Like, show if Zama's gonna talk up here on camera, show us, you know. Okay, anyway, we move over to, okay, we jump back to Maria and Sorisha. And this is where Maria introduces her husband event. Oh my gosh, oh, what a mess, but we'll get through it. And then we cross over back to Zama. Zama discusses how she had fibroids, and yeah, it was such a major issue for her. And now she's questioning her fertility. Which is, yeah, it's sad. I wish her all the best in that journey. I hope it works out for her. If she wants to have children, I hope she has them. So yeah. And then we move over to Jojo cooking for Ubube, who's wearing Fatu pants for whatever reason. And he's tasting her cooking and he lies about it. But yeah, that's what we want our husbands to do, right? Say my cooking tastes good. Because the way Jojo was cooking, there's no way that was good. But anyway, that was a cute scene with them. And then we cross over to Usli and her brother. They were quad biking and they stopped. You know the nice part about Durban and Cape Town housewives? They always have these beautiful backdrops because of the ocean. So not fair. Yeah, so they're sitting not too far from the ocean. And then Usli brings up her daddy and abandonment issues. That was it was sad, obviously, to listen to that. But for me, the irony is wow, I like Slee. I think she looks like she's a fun person, and she is funny on her confessionals and all of that. I'm thinking she's now probably a great person. But if you remember last season, I don't have respect for Sleep because of what she put her kids through for that relationship she was in. So knowing that she also kind of went through the same thing with her dad, it's like wild. But okay, let me not. But yeah, I do like. I want to. I want it this year. I'm starting on a clean slate with Sleep, but I don't respect her for that. But anyway, we move. And then we cross over to Angel. Angel goes home to visit her mom and her aunt. I don't know if it's aunt as a nanny or aunt as a like relative, but yeah. So her bae wants to marry her. And she also discusses her health. She also questions her fertility with and Zama has the same concerns. What I thought was I don't know, it was a nice thing. I don't know how to explain this, but it was for them both to be new and oh, going through the same thing, but because of different causes. It just shows how complex the body is and how much we go through as women. So I hope it will be a bonding thing for them at some point. I know right now it doesn't seem like they'll ever bond, but I hope it bonds them somehow. Okay, and then we cross over to Rama and Maria. Oh, Maria's view, like in her house, oh, that view is everything. But again, like I said, Durban and Cape Town housewives have an unfair advantages with the views and the backdrop. But yeah, and then Italy also joins them. And then on the other side of town, Jojo Angel and Nonko meet up for what were they doing? They were painting, if I remember correctly. Um, I think before I try not to read up too much content before I do my review, but I saw a few people talking about the alliances. I don't think we should discuss that yet because remember the producers set up these meetings. It's not the ladies, it's the producers. So let's not, yeah, I think let's not talk about alliances yet. So Uzi mentions that she's not ready to take accountability when it comes to Nonko. And to some degree, I do agree with her because if we can't talk about my reaction if we don't talk about what caused it, let's start at the beginning. Let's discuss the issue from the beginning. Then only we'll get the resolve. I agree with her there. Okay, so at this point, both groups are discussing the kid slash baby issue. My stance has not changed on this. There was no need for Angel to behave like that. Um, yeah, like no, just no. And Jojo, Nongo, and Angel discuss Neil, Maria's friend. I wonder if this guy is going to be a big part of the season because why are main cast members discussing a friend in the second episode? Like it's not like something happened and then you're discussing it afterwards. Why are we discussing him before? It's just a worry of mine that he's going to be a big part of the season and man. So what are the ladies up to if friends you know such a huge part of the season? Anyway, Angel shares with us that she does everything under the sun. Angel does, and you know what? I'm not mad. I am not mad at her. She's good for her. Like she does when a construction, fashion. She sings. I'm sure she acts. Like she does everything. Maybe she dances as well. Everything. Angel, Angel. I like watching her. I think she's good television, but I wouldn't want to be with her in. I feel like she would overstimulate me. Like she's very high energy, and if you know me, you know I'm not. So, but she's great to watch on TV. I won't lie. She makes for a great housewife, I think. And then we just a short scene with Maria talking to her ex-husband, and then we move over to Nongu and her sister discuss RD. You know, I'd forgotten about RD last episode. Completely forgotten about that guy and the spectacle that Nongu was last season. But yeah, so Nongu mentions that the guy stole from her, like, quite a, yeah, like, yeah, no, that was hectic. Imagine you think you found love and then it's a mess. She also mentions witchcraft, and yeah, that's just a case at any. Let me leave it there. I don't want smoke. But yeah, I may feel bad for you if that's what really happens. Like, imagine you think you're in love and then there's witchcraft and then somebody's stealing from you. That's bad, Shani. Alright, anyway, so this is the beginning of Maria's husband event. So Ruan and Jojo have a little powwow before they go in and just trying to figure out, I guess, how their issue started or why they are where they are. Anyway, so they go in, everybody comes in, everyone is greeting each other. Neil and Rowan are actually cordial with each other. I didn't sense any tension there. And then Maria trying with all her might to ignore Jojo and Rowan, but she's so bad at acting. Anyway, so the event begins and Maria's she opens with a speech, which was so because again it brings me to my point of last episode. Our friends who happen to be gay are not accessories, and this event reminds me. Remember when Nini did something? She also did an event like this on the Real Housewives of Atlanta where everybody has to bring a gay friend. Like, I don't know, man. It's rubbing me the wrong way because our friends are our friends. Why do we not have? Why must our gay friends be singled out and be brought out as accessories? Oh, look at my friend! Look at my friend! Like, we're not. They're not purses, you know. They're not bags. We're showing off our bags or shoes or whatever. I don't like that. I really don't. But anyway, we're here and we're going to talk about it. So, Maria's speech, I mean, that was definitely shade. Like, I don't know, whichever way you slice it, it was shade. Like, gaze of past and present. You're obviously talking about everyone. Like, why are we acting as if that's not shady? It was. And for once, her shade actually applies. You see when shade makes sense, it makes sense. And it's funny. But yeah, oh well. Um, so Maria and Neil's relationship for me is definitely in retaliation to what Ruan apparently did to her because you've known him for years or whatever, but the friendship only began now recently after an event. But okay, if Neil wants to be used, then it's fine. Yeah. And then like you can't convince me otherwise. Maria is using Neil, but okay. And we'll go to war for Maria, hey? But yeah, anyway. So Maria says everybody must introduce their friend and tell everyone how they met. And when Georgia was talking about Rue, Man, if looks could kill, if looks could kill, Georgia and Luan would be dead because the way Neil was looking at them. My God, yeah, I know if looks could kill. Anyway, so they all speak about their friends. Okay, we know Soresh's friend from season one. They've been friends for since forever. Oh, Angel forgetting her friend's name. That was cringe. That's also another opportunity friendship. But okay. And then Unongu announces that she doesn't drink anymore. Which, if it wasn't for the procedure, I wasn't going to believe her, but I believe that it might be true. Like, after a procedure, the body goes through many changes. So I do believe that she's probably taking a break from drinking. And then obviously, Lee knew what she was saying. She knew what she was doing with that comment. She knew, because earlier on, Osli said she's not ready to be friends with Nonko, right? So why are you joking like this with a person you're not ready to be friends with? Because that kind of joke would have been fine if we are friends and we're getting along. I'd be like, how chummy, you know. But we're not friends when you're joking like that. Then it's shady. Again, with the shade. But yeah, it was mostly knew what she was doing. She knew. Can't convince me otherwise. And then here we go. Here we fucking go. Okay. So this next scene is um a mess, an absolute mess. But here we go. So Angel starts. Angel is the beginning of all of this mess, right? She goes after Neil, and honestly, she was not lying because she was pointing out that that comments they're making were being shady. She was not lying, but this sparked a whole lot of chaos, and I'm gonna break it down to you, like step by step. So this is the sequence of the chaos. One, Angel goes after Neil, and then Angel asks you a question. Angel goes after Maria. Lee chimes in. Rue tries to smooth over things. Angel and Neil go at it. Angel goes after Maria again. Neil goes after Angel. Maria and Angel go back and forth. Zama chimes in, asks a question. Lee chimes in again. Angel acknowledges that she speaks a lot because she'd forgotten what she said initially. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk a lot. Maria brings Jojo into it. Neil addresses Rue and Jojo. Jojo brings up Maria's social media shade. Rue wants all of this to end. Jojo attempts to bring evidence. It doesn't quite apply. Zama chimes in. That's why Zama is too logical for a housewife fight. She should have set this one out because, yeah, no. And then Maria goes up to Angel. And then Angel gives somewhat of an apology to Zama. My gosh, it was so chaotic. It was all over the place. It was a mess. A mess we honestly love on Housewives. And I don't understand why everyone was saying this was not the time or the place for Angel to say this or her timing was wrong. I think her timing was perfect actually, because if we don't do it now, then when? Because if we do it later, now I'm talking behind your back. That was the perfect time to bring it up, and she must never bring it up again though. But yeah, it was the right time. I think there was no other time. Shem Ulwan is such a sweet soul. He wanted all of this to end. He was like, "Can we all be friends?" Like that's what he wanted to say deep down inside. Yeah, and that's the episode, guys. It was a nice second episode. We got all the drama we wanted. It was a very nice episode. I think the event was it wasn't a success, but it wasn't a fail either. You know, it was the drama we wanted to see, but did it resolve anything? I doubt. Maybe just drama and Angel. Maybe we can move on from that that non-apology Angel gave. Maybe they can move on from that point. I don't know. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed the second episode. Like man, this is gonna be a good season, hey? I think it's gonna be a good season. So yeah, that is my review for The Real Housewives of Durban, season 4, episode 2. Yeah, and I will catch you. Thank you if you've listened this far. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.